What's behind that red door?
Nothing.
Well, there must be something behind it.
There's nothing behind the red door, Jen.
Yes, there was a time when things were very different. I was one of Reynholm Industries' top guys. Should have seen me. I was magical. Here's me saying some pretty important stuff to a group of people circled around me. In the boardroom, I was a wizard, a punchy character. Here's me with a graph. They were crazy, heady days. It seemed like those days would last forever, but it all changed.
So, what happened?
Well, it's quite a long story, actually.
Really? Don't worry about it then.
We're just like you, really, except that we listen to Cradle of Filth.
Cradle of Filth? I presume that's the band.
I never forget the first time I heard them. Changed my life. Blew my mind. I was lucky I discovered them when I did, because it was around that time that things started to go wrong for me at work. I don't know what happened, but suddenly people just weren't returning my calls. In my strategy meetings, people seemed distracted, distant. I couldn't put my finger on it, but something was wrong. I'll tell you, it was good to have the filth to come home to after another disappointing day.
God, sorry, Richmond. Sorry, I always forget you work here.
Yes, I wouldn't normally come out this far, only could you have a word with Moss and Roy? Ever since they got famous, they've been at each other's throats.
They're famous?
Yes, Google their names. You've unleashed a monster with that Aunt Irma business.
Yes, Richmond, tell me, how come Aunt Irma isn't affecting you?
Of course it is. I've been feeling very gloomy all day. Not my usual cheery self at all.
Yeah, I guess it's just difficult to tell underneath all that makeup.
I'm not wearing makeup.
What's wrong with you, Moss?
Roy's stuck underneath the lady's desk.
What, still?
Look, I know that normally this would be very funny, but he's been under there too long for a reasonable explanation. If that woman looks down, she's going to assume he's a desk rabbit.
What's a desk rabbit?
I just made that up. But that's probably going to be what they start to call people like Roy. But Roy's not a desk rabbit, he's my best friend. Unless you do something, it's just going to be you, me, and Tim Burton over there.
What can I possibly do?
In Tokyo, 2 games designers went on the rampage in a shopping centre and frightened a dog. In Hamburg, a group of software developers shouted at a bus. The situation is completely out of control.
And it's all because of Aunt Irma.
But how?
You shouldn't have sent out that email detailing the symptoms. You know how suggestible and easily swayed IT people are.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, you're right, of course it is.